What's up, crypto fam? Ocean Starship in the building. Hope you're having a blessed day. First, I want to say nothing in this video is financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But we have a lot to talk about today, fam. I'm giving you guys time to come in, join the chat. Hopefully, y'all getting the notifications. We're going to have a discussion today. We are going to have a discussion today. It's been a very interesting week. Got a lot to talk about. What's up, Brian? Glad you made it, fam. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. We gonna get it in today. And I got some new stuff for y'all, fam. I got some new hidden addresses. I got some new stellar addresses and coins. Because DeFi King reached out to me again and sent me some more gems. And what I said was, here they go to the community. When I get them, I make sure you guys have. There's no need to delay. I see 4 people in the building. Hit the like button for me, fam. If I got 4 people in, don't cost nothing to hit the like button. What's up, Ibrahim? Glad you made it to another live. Mariana, what's going on, fam? Glad you guys were able to make it. But we got some things to talk about. There is no one in crypto positioned the way we are positioned. And my decodes have definitely been speaking about us being the chosen few. Leverage for good. What's going on, fam? My decodes have been speaking about us being the chosen few for the people. What if I told you in the building, Crypto Jake 3 in the building? Our time is coming. Our time is coming. I told you, a lot of people looking at this whole crypto scenario in the wrong way. What's going on, Hero? Hero, I was just thinking about you the other day when you had brought up that comment about semen retention, right? As far as raising your frequency and your vibration, because that definitely came up in the decode. And I was like, Hero was on to something. So big shout out for that quote, Hero, because that was very important. I mean, I love when I see people in the community say things and the universe confirms it. Cracking codes, mate. Watching them good movies. For sure, Leverage, what's going on? Yeah, Hero, that came up. I don't know if you saw the decode. That's like maybe a day or 2 ago I did that decode, and it actually says semen retention. And you had just said that. Anders in the building. 36 people in the building. Y'all hit the like button for me. Yeah, I love when y'all when we get confirmation. That's why I say it's not just about me. You guys are also part of this family and collective too. Maximum FOMO in the building. Maximum FOMO in the building. Yeah. But we found out about them twin flames. We found out about the twin flames. And I knew I was going to find it one day. You know, I always suspected it, you know. And I always felt like, you know, I've always been a little worried. That's what's up, Hero. I've always kind of been paranoid, like I said, about XRP because, you know, it's so much overkill. You know, it's so much overkill, you know, and we know the algorithm pushes what they want you to see, you know, but it also put on my mind that, because you have to think about it. You have XRP and you have XPR, right? Crypto, you have little dig energy. I don't understand. I don't know. Well, I see the trolls in the building. Thank you, trolls, for coming. I know y'all be lining up ready to come with that foolishness. But, you know, you have to think about it. You have XRP and XPR. They're the same three letters. Same three letters. Crypto Jake says coincidence, 369 frequency. Exactly. That's why I wear this, Crypto Jake. That's why I wear this. You see, I got the taction on here. That is the 369 symbol. That is the 369 symbol. That's what Nikola Tesla tapped into. You got the same thing? Yeah. You know, high vibrations, high frequency. You know? But definitely try getting numbers from Proton. Took out there because YouTube saw R for Bitcoin instead. Definitely try get numbers from Proton. Well, you already know the numbers because I've been giving you the numbers, and you guys should write these numbers down. 470 936 348 588 984. Those are all Proton numbers. And it's good to have these numbers because when you start seeing these numbers out in public, or when you're doing certain things, you know, you will know that the universe is trying to get your attention. You will see that you are synchronized. It's all about synchronicity. Oh, you say potent, not proton, without R, mate. Oh, okay. Okay. But we have to think about that. Why both of these coins the same alphabets, and they are both two big blockchains? Isidra, what's going on, baby? Glad you made it. That's a big sign. And that's the twin flames. Not only XRP and XPR, but Ripple and Metallicus. Well, in my last decode, it said Ripple and Marshall, right? And we found out that the vampires, the two vampires, was XRP and XPR in that decode. Now, how it's going to come together, that is a hard thing to put together because we don't know exactly how they're going to roll it out. But one thing we do know is that Proton, XPR, and XRP are going to collaborate some sort of way. We know they're going to come together, right? Voltron, Transformers, right? We know they're going to come together in some sort of way. Now, how? We don't know yet. We also know there's going to be a migration. And to our knowledge, the A-chain migration is the migration of XPR network to Metal blockchain. But also, we see the numbers that give us 1140 and 1104, which is Iraqi dinar revalue, and that term is also tied to term is also tied to it was just on the tip of my tongue. What's up, Alexander? PPAP, what's going on, fam? Thank you for coming. Dream Team in the building. Dream Team in the building. Yeah, definitely leverage for good. But that 1140 or 11 that 1140 or that the other way we normally see it, I think is 11. We see 1140 and we see 1104, but we know both of those are the same thing. And that number also led to Alcor chain migration. Now, why would we see Alcor chain migration? Because in all of my decodes, I've never seen anything with the word migration pertaining to metal blockchain. You know, Radu, what's going on, fam? I saw you post that price of IQD, and I got some more addresses for you guys. That El Bondi in the building. Gematria Secret. Hey, why is some token on Alcor you can't trade it when it's up? Xcore is up 500%. Because they waiting for the right time, fam. They waiting for the right time. They don't want you to know, because if you sell, long protocol is the win choice. Definitely. Because if you sell right now and take profits, then it will be more blatantly obvious that they are building some type of system. They're trying to take all of the attention from it. So if they allow us to cash out and go to making money, then the cat is out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag. You talking about Xcore? I'm holding a Solana coin that shows millions, but I don't have a swap option. No problem, Radu. I don't have a swap option. So it's all to mislead you and make you think that there is nothing to see here. Thank you, Leverage for Good. Appreciate the super chat. Peace and blessings to you, fam. Thank you very much. Because like I tell you guys, I work hard. I work hard to bring you guys this information. I haven't even really been asleep yet. I worked 12 hours last night, and I wanted to make sure I get on this live and get you guys these new addresses that DeFi King sent me. Big shout out to DeFi King. And I'm putting together a package right now for DeFi King, because I had his address, but I'm going to reach out, make sure he has the same address, because I want to be a blessing to him, just like he's been a blessing to us. I definitely want to do that, because he sent me some major addresses, fam. He sent me some major addresses. Definitely. No, it's not sunny inside, fam. My eyes don't like bright lights. I had an eye accident years ago. You know, that's why when you see me most of the time, I have shades on. Definitely, Dream Team. Yeah, years ago, you know, I was doing some construction work and too lazy to put on my safety glasses, and a projectile shot back and hit me in my right eye. So it kind of messed me up a little bit. So when it comes to bright lights, you know, I wear my shades so I can be, you know, I can be comfortable. I seen Marshall Hayner Wiley. He had 5 billion loan was his biggest bag. Definitely, hero. We already know. But we saw the decode also, right? As a matter of fact, I got something for you guys. I really want to give him. And wow, the trolls in the building. The trolls in the building. I wanted you guys to hear this though, just in case some of you have never heard it. I want to run it back again. All right. Are you guys ready for this? Just in case some of you guys have never heard this video, I'm going to play it again for you. I'm going to play it again for you. Let me know if you can hear it. It's kind of low. I hate that. Let me try the other one and see how this one sounds. Maximum FOMO, you right about IQD. Turkey is accepting it in trade. That means they have confidence that another country will receive it from them. Exactly. You already know, fam. Listen to this, fam. Let me know if you can hear it.
Look at me. I am not the problem here. The problem here is hard cash is fading rapidly. That's just the way of the world right now. And Bitcoin is spreading. And if Bitcoin takes over, we are all in a world of hell. It is unregulated. It's already reached its transaction.
You can't hear Dream Team? I'm gonna have to find a way to get it louder. Cause I really wanted you guys to hear that video. Cause and that's from yeah, I feel your Dream Team. Night Ride in the building. What's up, fam? That's home team right there. But I wanted you guys to hear that video because that video is from the movie Mr. Robot. And they break it down, their perspective and how they feel. They said if Bitcoin was to take off, they would be in a world of S because the dollar is collapsing. And that China does most of the Bitcoin mining. So that means China will make most of the money. And they said they had to get in front of that, and they had to position themselves in a way that gives them the power, an American-born company. Now, what American-born company do you think they are referring to? You already know it. It's the company that's partnered with FedNow. It's the company that's partnering with credit unions. Simpsons season 20, episode 8, all planned is in one episode. They have to let us know what they're doing, fam. They have to let us know what they're doing because, you know, we allowed it to happen. We saw it and we did nothing. We saw it and they did nothing. So we brought it upon ourselves. We brought it upon ourselves. Dream Team, you are right. Cash will definitely go to zero. Cash will go to zero, and there will be a revaluation of the world's currencies. And all of the world's currencies are going to be backed by gold, silver, palladium, right? Platinum. There's going to be a great revaluation. Waola in the building. What's going on, Waola? There's going to be a great revaluation. The dollar is trash. Think about it. They say we're $37 trillion in debt. But actually, we're about $200 trillion in debt. We could never pay that back. Exactly, leverage for good. AI Pussycat had a high price glitch a few days ago. Must be a sign. Hey, I looked at that coin today. It was up, I think, 500% today. If I'm not mistaken, maybe 2,000%. Grocery stores are going to take money soon, September 30. Correct. What's going on? Frederick in the building. France in the building. Bonjour. Bonjour, my friend. And look, remember when we had that certain event that happened that was globally, that had something to do with that thing going in your arm, right? Imagine that happens again, and it's something that's far worse. And they could just easily say that it gets on the money. It could be transmitted by money. That'll take the money out right there. Oh, we can't use physical dollars because if you hand me that physical dollar, it could be contaminated. Right? Yeah, everything is good, Frederick. Appreciate that. Watch McDonald's. They slash prices usually sometime before crash. We have to watch more than McDonald's, fam, because things about to heat up. We talking about Gog and Magog, right? Russia and United States. I heard about China was like with zero internet. They go definitely mess with the internet also. But not only the internet, but they go have blackouts. Remember the blackout they just had in Spain? That was a test run. That was a test run. That was a test run. There is going to be a blackout. Banks are going to become insolvent and go to zero. But when that power comes back on, we're going to be in a whole new world, a whole new system. Oh, they had them in France too? Well, I didn't know they had them in France. I think I heard about Spain. But they testing everybody to see how far we can be pushed and how much we would tolerate. And we are failing horribly. We are failing horribly, fam. They know they got us by the throat. What's going on, Mike? They got us by the throat. And they putting people in power strategically because they know that those people will rock the masses to sleep. Real talk. Do you remember my decode where it said about Trump? That Trump has been placed to strategically take down America? Yeah, they definitely using them smart meters too. Cause those smart meters, they can make those smart meters go up and start, and next thing you know, your house is up in flames. They want to bring in the 5 minutes, I think it's 15-minute cities, right? The 15-minute cities, where they say everything that you need will be in a 15-minute radius. Your grocery store, your hospitals. They go roll out the 15-minute cities. Go online and Google it and find out about the 15-minute cities. And then they go roll out the carbon credits. And the carbon credits, you might have a certain amount of credits. And then once you use all your credits, they go have everything zoned out in sections. And if you don't have enough credits, you cannot leave your section. This is total tyranny, total control, total control. And all of these things I'm speaking to you about, I've seen in gematria. Definitely, I got 36 people in the building, only 15 likes. Y'all hit the like button for me. Yeah, they charge you for water, they charge you for air, they charge you for everything. And now they about to tokenize everything. They gonna tokenize everything. Everything is gonna have a price. Everything is gonna have a price. That's why I tell you guys, for you to find my channel, at the time of my life where I have been enlightened, at the time where my vibration and frequency is at an all-time high, fifth dimension. Do you remember the decode that I just did that confirmed? What did it say? It said YouTubians, fifth dimension. Do you think that was a coincidence? The universe will confirm it. The universe wants you to know. We cannot be 3D. We got to be 5D or higher, fam. Frederick says you can buy me for 2 XPR. Kowalski, what's going on, Kowalski? Glad you made it, fam. Man, somebody say I look like Vibes Cartel. No, don't tell me that, fam. Cause Vibes Cartel don't even look like Vibes Cartel. That's one of my favorite dancehall artists, you know, and reggae artists, and I don't even think that's the real Vibes Cartel if you ask me. A little bit off topic, but they about to do a lot of changes. You know they're starting to make it illegal to where you can't even go into the forest or the woods uh, to basically live off the grid. Think about that. Nature has always been here for us. Now they're going to make it illegal for us to go into the wilderness if we choose to. Detroit Cholo, what's going on, fam? Motown in the building, right? Zigzag in the building. They want total control. What did Klaus Schwab say? You will own nothing and be happy. He also said you will eat Z bugs. They really mean that. They really mean that. I was at work yesterday talking to people, right? And I would say out of 1,000 people that I may see, you know, throughout the week on my job, I would say out of that 1,000, maybe only 20 people have and talk about crypto. See that shows you how we are the minority right now. That's true, Don. Marching Aries in the building. What's going on? Glad you was able to make it. You're not too late, Marching Aries. I only been live about 27 minutes. And I ain't really dropped the real gems yet. I'm just waiting, letting people get in, you know, because I have some gifts for y'all. I have some things of value that I want to bring to you. Exactly, Dream Team. They think they about they think they about to see. A lot of y'all think what's happening is because the cabal has control, but really the cabal is panicking. Really, the cabal knows that their time is limited. Their time is limited. They're in full panic mode. Why you think they building bunkers and different things to go underground, but you think the Most High can't reach them underground? There is no hiding from judgment. There is no hiding from judgment. That's why I told you guys, right? You heard me in my decodes many times talk about the force field around our tokens. Why I would take that force field over UB keys and different type of technical protections, because those technical protections are creations from those who are in fear that want to guard and protect their money, because they know when judgment comes, they won't have it anymore. Why would I try to protect something that I know the Most High already wants me and people like you to have? If the Most High wants us to have it, do we actually have to do these things? All you have to do is just position yourself and get what the Most High put on your spirit to get. Now you have them. Thank you, hero. Thank you, fam. You come through for me every time, fam. And I'm telling you, all you guys that show super love, I'm planning something big for you guys. Trust me. I'm planning something big for you guys. Dream Team, China, a kept cash. You are info is bad. Dream Team. What he says? Oh, that's Kowalski talking to Dream Team. You know? But the Most High wants us to have what's coming. All we had to do was get it and prepare. That's all. BSV is the safest. I agree, Kareem. BSV is the safest because, like I say, I speak about the transaction method on BSV, right? Whenever you send and receive BSV, your receiving and sending address changes every transaction. That is awesome technology. That's why I don't understand why people actually think Bitcoin is going to be bigger than BSV. BSV has the same amount of tokens, right? But BSV has the same basically infrastructure, but BSV is set up a little bit different, right? Like I told you, if you sent me some BSV right now and I gave you my receiving address and you send it, and then you wanted to send me another payment, I would have to give you a different address because every time you make a transaction on BSV, that address changes. That is major work. Definitely, we should all have some BSV. Definitely BSV. That's the biggest hidden secret that they don't want people to know about. And like I say, I remember an awesome video that Rick did with somebody, and Rick actually showed in that video when they crushed the numbers that BSV could not work at anything under $700,000 a coin. So when you hear about Bitcoin going to 1 million and these, yeah, they took it will, but it won't be the Bitcoin that you think. It's going to be BSV. Definitely. And we also keep seeing China come up in most of my decodes, right? Like we have to ask why. Shallow Be Thy Name says, what's best? Dream Team says, information correct. What's BSV? That is Bitcoin SV. Shallow Be Thy Name. That is Bitcoin SV. I think right now you can get that coin for about $27 a coin. And Trade Ogre still not coming up. Let me try to see if I can get on the site. Because I think someone on the live a few days ago said that it was up in Europe, that they was able to go to the site in Europe, but we couldn't go to the site here in the United States. And I think that's by design. I think since they started passing these different regulations in the United States, now they're trying to shut down some of our capabilities, right? They don't want us to have BSV, trust me. But I heard BSV is going to be relisted on Coinbase soon. I think Crypto Rick said that. Kareem says transactions are with your ID identical. No one can transfer except you. Good intel, fam. Good intel. And I'm noticing that we still can't get on Trade Ogre. Rock Wallet, yeah, he wrote Rock Wallet holds BSV, but when I went to Rock Wallet, I couldn't buy BSV on the Rock Wallet. The only way I was able to get BSV, the only reason I have BSV to this day is because Crypto Rick put me up on TradeOgre.com. But like I say, now it's down. You see, when I go to TradeOgre.com now, this is what I get, right? And it says host error. It says the browser is working, Cloudflare working, but the host is not. So I guess maybe they upgrading, right? Maybe they upgrading. Kareem Diara says just buy 100. Just buy 100 BSV or $100 worth. Because if like when Rick said BSV could be worth $700,000, I mean shit, sounds like you only need one. Sounds like you may only need one. It's on Exodus Wallet. These regulations in America, some states don't even allow you to use certain wallets. What's going on, Kamichi? Kamichi in the building. BSV will get popular because people would want a decentralized solution. Yeah, I'm telling you, BSV is a juggernaut. And BSV comes up a lot in my gematria. Like I told you guys, there are thousands of coins. Why so many thousands of coins have never come up once? And then we see coins that I can tell you I've seen BSV maybe over 50 times in gematria. So that's significant. And you guys have to remember, I made a prediction, and a lot of people on my Patreon remember this prediction that I made. Every coin that I said was going to come to Alcor has come to Alcor. Every coin. If you're here and you are on my, if any of you guys in the chat that are on my Patreon, confirm that for me that I said every coin that I told you was going to come to Alcor came to Alcor. I remember I said V-Chain is going to come. I said Sarah's going to come, Celestia, all, and they've hitting all these coins, right? Like Rune coin, Jesus coin, right? Jesus coin is very interesting. But you know, you have Rune, you have Ave, all these coins they brought to Alcor, then they hit them because they don't want you to buy them. They thought they could roll this system out and keep it under wraps, but too many people started finding out. You know, you have people like me, Bullet Bear, Rick. You know, everybody's been talking about Alcor, right? No one else is talking about Alcor in all of crypto, except this community. You can swap XRP, XLM, etc. for BSV on the elliptical wallet. Okay, I'm gonna look up elliptical wallet and see if I'm able to do that in my location, in my area. They're running out of time. Gematria Secret. What about the Amazon token riddle? It mirrors Ripple. Well, we know Ripple gonna be a major player. Knight Rider says yes, sir. Hero says ATM is more profitable for the miners to mine BSV compared to BTC. So imagine when the price goes up, majority of them will change over. I can agree, Hero. Leverage for Good said elliptical is a good wallet, but it's hard. Well, that's a good sign. Just like Nexus. The Nexus desktop wallet. You damn near have to have a college degree in coding to understand how to work the Nexus wallet on the desktop. You talking about difficult. That's how I know Nexus is going to be a big player, because when they make things difficult, it must going to have value, big value. I get BSV on Changely app. I'm going to look up some of these apps, fam. But like I see, a lot of them, you know, they make it hard, you know. Alan 6 in the building. I see you, Xander. Y'all don't forget to hit the like buttons for me, you know. 19 likes on 42 people in the building. Kamichi says elliptical not safe wallet. It has a back door. Many of them, many wallets have a back door. That's why I was telling you guys, and I was telling this to Dr. Robinson. I told Dr. Robinson that because she always talks about cold storage wallet. And I was watching a news show the other day, right? A popular channel, Max in the building, and they were talking about it was a person from the Federal Reserve. And they were talking about the things that they're doing to bring in corporate money and to, you know, structure regulations so a lot of big money can enter the game. And I'm sitting there waiting to hear what they go do. And the first thing came out of his mouth was, well, first we want to make sure that people don't have cryptocurrencies on a flash drive tucked in their desk drawer. Now he said flash drive, but we know he knew the correct term. The correct term was cold storage. They don't want you to have your coins on a cold storage wallet. So they are going to come after that. They're all going to come after that. And also we have to realize that some of these wallets are not cold storage wallets are not KYC. Even decent wallet. All of them have a backdoor, fam. Even the Ledger. I have the decent and the Ledger. I have them in there right now. I can't remember the passwords on them because I'm past that. I remember Starship when you predicted Popcorn Day and that day began. Man, thank you for confirming that, Brian. I talked about that in the recent Decode. National Popcorn Day. You are right about that. And soon as right after I did that Decode, XPR took off. XPR took off. I predicted many things in Gematria. Some things I didn't even know until after it happened, like the drones in New Jersey. I had already saw that in Gematria. Right? The Trump event, right? The ear. I had already seen that in Gematria. Definitely Allen 6. And my Sora went up the other day. I mean, I think I had like 60 billion Sora on Alcor. Which I have it on Alcor and I have it on my MetaMask also. So I have it on both networks. You know? But for a coin to have that many zeros and still be holding like around a $14 million market cap, something is going to come in the future. What is America Bitcoin? Because Trump says that we'll be mining that. What is America Bitcoin? I never heard of that. Karen, I've never heard of that. Trump helicopter crash for my last decode. Wow. Now, you also have to remember, leverage for good, that we saw Trump gets right the D word, right? Like deleted, right? But when I went deeper, remember in my last decode, when I decoded Trump is 470, which is pro time. Trump is pro time. That's why many of us, today I just saw a new token created with market cap about $1 trillion. Yeah, it's a lot of things that's taking place. But these cold wallets may have a back door, but they can't be removed from the blockchain. It can be traced. True. If they want to trace it, because we all have to wonder who's the one taking it, right? If it gets taken from our government or from hackers, that's all part of the plan. They not go down that rabbit hole. Right? Because we know they want to take from the masses. They want to take from retail, right? The more poor people you have, the easier it is to bring in your system that you're trying to bring in. I bought 2 YubiKeys. I have one that I use for 2 of my WebAuth accounts, just because. But the other one that I bought, I've never even used it. Brand new YubiKey. Because I didn't want to get sucked into that, fam, because I feel like the Most High is my YubiKey. When you really know the power of God, when you really feel the power of the Most High, you kind of move different. Because the Most High will say, okay, you want to put your faith in technology and man, then I'll let you. And we'll see how far that gets you. But I know one thing, there is no quantum computer, there is no system, there is no virus, there is no hacker, there is no nothing that could touch what the Most High doesn't want touched. You just saw the video I just did earlier today, right? About the force field around my tokens. Force field around my tokens. And what did it say? It said Mars has no tectonic plates. And I knew I had something when I saw that term. Mars has no tectonic plates. And when I saw that, I said, wow, I need to find out what is tectonic plates. And when I decoded tectonic plates, it led me to anchor wallet and statutes. So when I said, well, you know what, let me look up the definition of statutes. And when I looked up the definition of statutes, it says no laws, right? No laws given by a legislative body. So that is our answer, fam. The laws has no control over Anchor Wallet. Anchor Wallet is bigger. Whatever is coming, that paper certificate is gonna overpower laws. Mark my word. Definitely staking loan, fam, because S loan comes up a lot in gematria. And in order to get S loan, which is staked loan, because you notice whenever you unstake, it says unstaking S loan. So when you loan, when you first get loan, it's just loan protocol. But once you stake it and you unstake it, it is now staked loan. So maybe staking it gives it a new type of validation or some type of new standard. So that's why we stake our loan. So I definitely stake Allen 6. I definitely stake. Loan is my favorite holding. That's why I wanted you guys to hear that video that I was about to try to play. Because that video spoke, in that video, it says that there is a new loan product that is going to overpower the dollar because the dollar is going to become worthless in that movie. And it says that the loan product is going to be the standard after the 5-9. And you guys saw when I decoded the 5-9, 5-9 turned out to be the event. Also the migration. Also the migration. Now the question is, migration to where? Because we also know we see L-core chain migration. We have L-core, but the theory is that XPR network is going to migrate or fork over to metal blockchain. That is the theory. But who knows if that's what they're really going to do? Because if they were going to use L-core the whole time, do you think they would let us know that that's what's going to take place? Because that's where they're building the system, right? Remember, you have coins from A to Z. Think about it. You have a coin called A coin, B coin, C coin, D coin, E coin, F coin, G coin. Like that sounds like some type of catalog or some type of system, right? Alan says you mentioned Vulta. A-chain is one of your videos and not many talking about it. Yes, Vulta, which is a coin that I hold, is a coin. That's a coin. And we hear about a chain. So we have L-core with an A. We have Vulta. The name of that coin is a coin. So somewhere in that arena, we are looking at the right coins, right? And what you can do is you can go on Anchor Wallet. Listen to this, guys. You can go on Anchor Wallet and you can create a free Vulta account. You can create a free Vulta account. But what I did was I created a free one and I bought one for 99 cents. And then once you create that Vulta account, you can then swap your EOS coins to Vulta. And then you can stake your Vulta. Because Vulta is now the name which was formerly EOS. not taking this hood off. I got a powerful air conditioner running in here, fam. I got a powerful AC running in here, and it's a nice temperature in here. I feel it feels good. Migration will go to winter only. There's only 110 Phoenix. Proton. Only time I got 10 Phoenix combination out. I agree, leverage for good. And you have to also think about Vulta, which was formerly EOS, is the hexagram. What is the hexagram? The symbol that was used to bind demons and trap Satan. Why would the hexagram be EOS? Why would EOS change its name to Vulta? Right? Think about that. And like I told you, you can go on, you can download the Anchor wallet right now, and you can select create new account, and under the Vulta, the EOS network, they will let you create one for free. And then once you create it, you can swap out your EOS tokens one-to-one with Vulta. Or you could just purchase Vulta. And I think last I looked, I know Vulta was around 30 something cent per coin. Shoot, Monte Carlo, what you got? Yeah, still some good names to be registered on Anchor. Definitely. Now, this is the thing that you have to realize. You also have Telos, Wax. You have all of these different coins on the Anchor wallet, and they're only 99 cents. That's why I went and anchored all of those networks, just because we don't know what role these coins will play in the future. But just like we knew they removed the Proton Anchor option, they can remove these. And then you can have all these certificates of these different networks. And when the true purpose of these coins come about, right, people will have been missed out. So to say it's only 99 cents, it makes sense to me. Right? I have all of these different networks anchored. I have a certificate for each one of these networks. Telos, Wax, Vulta. It's only 99 cents. But you actually get a certificate with the barcode. Right? You have something that you can hold in your hand as proof. If I could choose one Allen, that's a hard question. That's a hard question. Because XPR is the wheel, the Bible wheel. That's a symbol that resonates throughout history, throughout ancient times, right? As well as the hexagram. But that lone symbol is also symbolic too. So that's a hard pick. Those three you're showing is a hard pick. I really couldn't pick. I have to get, if it came down to where I had to choose one, I would just split all three of those with just a minimal amount. Because XPR, you won't have XPR if you didn't have metal. See what I'm saying? If you didn't have metal, you wouldn't have XPR. If you didn't have metal, you wouldn't have loan. What will give XPR is value. You know what will make XPR valuable? Products like loan. What will make XPR network valuable is products like loan. So they all work together. In Killer Bot movie, they had choice between expensive robot XRP and cheap no fees XPR. They chose cheapest for mission. Wow. Didn't know that. Alan says, yeah. Frederick says, I choose XPR. BTC said, Hero says, Monte Carlo BTC is held up by a stable coin called Tether, and it going to get liquidated soon. You can bet your, you can bet that. You can bet that Tether is going to go down, and that's what Marshall Hayner is waiting on. Many of you don't remember years ago when Marshall Hayner said that uh, Metallica's rise is based on Tether's fall. Yeah, we already know BSV gonna replace BTC, but you have to think about it, right? You see a lot of these coins rolling out that's supposed to have all of these different purposes, but when it comes to Metallica's has the metal DEX, and then we have Alcor, which is a DEX. So we know that's major, right? So when Tether goes down and we have these DEXs like Metal X and Alcor, and all of these coins flood to these DEXs, it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. So yeah, back to the Vulta. Vulta, I definitely have Vulta. I hold Vulta, right? I also hold BSV. I definitely hold BSV, and I linked my BSV to my Anchor wallet, like the like Crypto Rick advised us. I'm not gonna say advised us, but he told us it was an option. He told us it was an option, and I did it. Also, I got the Merkle Tree root, and I told you guys if you have BSV and you would like to find out how to do a Merkle Tree root, then all you have to do is reach out to Crypto Rick, which is uh cryptocurrent inquiry, spelled with an EQUIRY at gmail.com. All you have to do is email them and let them know that you would like the video on how to do the Merkle Tree root. And also, I have Rick's video on my Patreon how to change your Anchor wallet keys after you do your KYC. What's going on, Arnie? I swapped my 10,000 XRP for BSV, fingers crossed. Well, both of those were good options, Hero. Both of those were good options. But you know, you got a lot of BSV. And I'm telling you, if BSV goes anywhere near what Rick spoke about, then man, you will be able to buy your own island. You will be able to buy your own island, fam. Because with the value of 10,000 XRP, you could get a good amount of BSV. And if BSV went to anywhere around $700,000 per coin, then you could build a dynasty. Which what we all going to do, because if we all become millionaires and billionaires, then we not going to stop being family, right? We going to continue the way we are right now. We going to continue working in this collective consciousness. L-Core, Angel Hexagram, EOS, then after Metallica's its final product, like from Divine. XPR is built on EOS code. Exactly, leverage for good. You couldn't have said it any better. You couldn't have said it any better. Everything is symbols. Numbers and symbols. Well, Karen, my decode did say XRP scam, buy Stellar instead. We haven't forgot that. But we still hold XRP just in case. But if I was going to lean on something between those two, it would be Stellar. It would be Stellar. What's going on, Frederick? It would be Stellar. Because, like I say, there's a guy that I work with. He sits on like 100,000 XRP. Been holding it for 6, 7 years. And when I ask him, why is he holding? And he says, he always tell me if XRP, if. I'm like, that's tough. Can I use my Anchor wallet to store my BSV? Yes, you can, Brian. Yes, you can. But like I say, Rick did the video on that. What's up, Leo Star? Glad you was able to make it. Yes, you can, Brian. Crypto Rick did a video on that also. He removed it, but I know he still have it. And I just gave you guys his email address. Cryptocurrent, right? Cryptocurrent inquiry, spelled with an E, EQUIRY at gmail.com. Shoot him an email, Brian, and tell him that Starship told you that he can get you the video on how to anchor, put your Anchor wallet in your Electrum SV wallet and create a whole nother wallet that you can bridge that BSV to your Anchor wallet. Because I have that's what I did. Yes, I am, Leo Star. It is important to get the Iraq, get the NAR authenticated. Definitely, fam. That's why I get mine from banknoteworld.com, because they send you a certificate of authentication. Been researching metal. They already running on the super app. Really? Metal is going to be big. Does that include Wax, Vulta, and Telos to store BSV? I don't know, Brian, because whenever I go to Telos and Wax and all of these other networks, I see coins I've never. It's like a whole nother ecosystem, and that's just too much to digest. So what I did was I just got the Anchor certificates. And I just say, I'll put them up if they come in handy one day, or if they give me a certain position that could help me, obtain some type of wealth, then so be it. But to say they're only 99 cents right now, I mean, I took the chance. If Metal and XRP, if Metal and XPR is built on EOSIO, then A-Chain, Vulta is going to be worth even more. Yeah, exactly, Kamichi. Because I told you the alphabet A, I see more than almost anything in gematria. And why does Alcor start with A? Why is Vulta called A coin? Think about it. They changed EOS to A. Just an A. And EOS was the hexagram. You don't have to be a scientist to put that together, fam. This is something spiritual taking place. This is spiritual positioning. Adam 6 says Vulta is second chance Ethereum. It's called Vault 2. The Vault. Exactly. And I heard some guys on a crypto channel yesterday talking about a company called Avant. The company was called Avant, and they kept saying Vault, right? Vault. And it made me think about Vulta. And the person that was interviewing him was saying, like, y'all are big, y'all making big moves. And he was talking about Vault. So Vulta, I've done many decodes on it. That's a coin that I refuse to slip on. I definitely got me a bag of Vulta. As a matter of fact, when I first got Vulta, I couldn't get it. because uh the only way to get it was to bridge my MetaMask wallet, uh, to bridge my MetaMask wallet to my Unicode wallet. But the only way I would be able to do that is if I did it on the desktop. I would have to have my MetaMask on the desktop. Then I could link that to my Unicode, and then I could swap and do things with Vulta on my MetaMask wallet. But that was a lot of trouble to go through, and I'm so busy. So what I did was, one of my people on my Patreon had bought some Vulta and told me that they had purchased some. So what I did was I asked them to do me a favor, and I sent them some money, and they bought the Vulta for me and sent it to my wallet. That's what I'm talking about, fam. Those are the type of things we should be doing, helping each other, right? Because some of you guys have the money but don't have the technical experience or the technical capacity to do a lot of the things that need to be done, right? Some of you guys have the technical capacity to do these things but don't have the money. But that's why I say we should work together. But you can't trust everybody. But I thank the Most High that everybody that I've ever asked to do things like that for me, they came through for me. And I would do the same for my people. There is so pro about all of it here. Aha, I'm a little lost. Laugh out loud. But also, I wanted to give you guys some of these new addresses that DeFi King brought to the community. So, whenever you guys see this, the kind of community I want to be involved in. Exactly, Leo Star. I want you guys, whenever you see DeFi King anywhere, I want you guys to really show your appreciation to him, because like the things that DeFi King be sending me, like I say, I don't just take it and keep it for myself and just only worry about myself. Like, I want to give you guys this information just as early as I got it, because some of these coins that he sent me on Stellar are major coins, but they only have 50 holders. Some of them have 8, 9, 10 holders. Like, this guy is giving us the system very, very early. Very early. But I'll show you some of these coins. Give me 1 second, fam. DeFi King is a big name in the space, definitely. Godspeed in the building. All right, I got one for y'all right here. Y'all ready? Appreciate that, Godspeed. Y'all ready for these addresses? Because I'm about to give you something that most likely you don't have. On Stellar, on the Lobster wallet, when you go to the search, when you go to add asset, you type in RL USD, RL USD RLUSD.com.co. RLUSD.com.co. And you will see there's a major list of all these coins under RLUSD.com.co on Stellar. And one of the main ones that I got was AVAX R. You can see at the top, it says AVAX R. AVAX R. Under RLUSD.com.co. Write that down, fam. That's one gem that I'm giving to you guys that I got from DeFi Queen. Okay? Let me find another one. 1 second. Trying to make sure this music don't play. Are you guys still in the chat? Y'all still able to send messages? If y'all can still okay, all right, that's good. So y'all got that address, right? Y'all got that address. RLUSD.com.co. Y'all ready for the next one? Kowalski says, yeah, they got it. All right. The next one is TSX. Dad loves dessert. What's going on, fam? The next one is TSX.finance. TSX.finance. Write that one down. So when you go to Lobster and you put that in, you will see certain coins pop up like Royal Bank of Canada, Bank of Scotia. I mean of Nova Scotia. I say Scotia. Bank of Nova Scotia. You will see K92 Mining Incorporated, right? You will see Eero Copper Corporation. All of these companies are out of Canada. So these are major Canadian coins or tokens that companies that are being tokenized. Mama Lacey, what's going on, fam? When I put this into the search bar, nothing comes up in the lobster wallet. When you put what in the I'm about to give it a try now because I know they didn't move that fast to hide it from everybody. That would be because like I say, he just sent this to me yesterday. Let me make sure. Let me type it in myself and see what's going on. Yeah, it came up. Mama Lacey, it came up. RLUSD.com.co. It came up. As you can see on the lobster wallet. Maybe you didn't put it in right. RLUSD.com.co. Or you could just type in Ripple USD. Thank you, hero. Thank you, fam, for the blessing, the financial blessing. Thank you, fam, once again. I love when people give. I love to give. I love to receive also. But I see you do also, hero. You the stand up person already, man. Like I said, you stand out, and I really appreciate you being here, fam. Thank you for the super chat. But I got more for y'all. I got more. Like I told y'all, when DeFi King gives me this information, I make sure I get it to you early. Because when you go look at these coins, you will see how early you are, fam. All right, leverage for good. Yeah, you can type in Ripple USD, Mama Lacey. You can type in Ripple USD. If it's not coming up under rlusd.com.co, type in Ripple USD. And when you type in Ripple USD, just look for the account that says rlusd.com.co. The great one. What's going on, fam? Mama Lacey says, okay, all right. And like I say, it's one thing to have uh it's one thing to have XRP, but when you have the, because if you notice under Ripple, all of those were stable coins under Ripple. Because all of those were stable coins under RLUSD, AVAX, and all these. Like they rolling it out, fam. Y'all ready for the next one? Let me know if y'all still in the chat. Let me know if you ready for the next one. Was there any I missed after that? The last one I did was RLUSD. If you talking about that one, I'm about to give you the next one now. No, I gave rlusd.com.co, and I also gave tsx.finance. Those are the Canadian cryptocurrencies on Stellar. All of the big companies in Canada, right? So write that one down. tsx.finance. Y'all ready for this next one? This next one is a big one. Y'all ready for this next one? I want to make sure you guys are still in the chat. I'm up to date. Gotcha. All right. This is the next one. Roostocks.live. That is Roostocks. RUSTOCKS.live. Roostocks.live. Sure, one more time. RUSTOCKS.live. And this is your Russian crypto exchange. This is the Russian crypto exchange. That's why I told you, do you see how ahead of his time DeFi King is? This coin only has 73 holders. 73 holders. So you know you can get a lot of coins for just $5. 2 to 3 years from now, there's no telling how much these coins could be worth because you got in just that early. That's important. That is important. Roostocks.live. So I gave you guys 3 good ones. I gave you guys 3 good ones. And the last one I think I gave y'all, if y'all wasn't here, was 21 shares. Let me see if it's still here. Let me see. 21 shares. 21shares.co.com. That's 21shares.co.com. And for some reason, that one is not coming up. But I just was on the website. Are them ETFs good to buy? Which ones you're talking about, Leo Star? Will they be profitable? Hey, that's financial advice. That's what I cannot give, Leo Star. All I can do is tell you what I'm doing. I'm getting them because I know where the future is headed. I know where the future is headed, and I know when you're real early, you kind of look, you kind of, you feel like you feel a little off because when you are the first to do something, or when you're in that top 1% of something, you don't feel like you feel because you don't feel how you normally would feel when you have, you know, months and years of proof of this coin being bought and sold and things like that. When you start getting the coins early and you're beating majority of the people, it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling. But most coins, like ETFs and other things like that, I try to do it on Stellar because I know that's where the meat and potatoes is going to be, on Stellar. It's all about being early. See, when you go to rootstocks.com, I mean the root stocks I gave you, when you go to when you type in that address and you see all those coins, Russia is probably the most wealthiest country in the world when it comes to resources. Well, all those Russian companies with those resources are going to be tokenized on Stellar, and we have an opportunity to get into these coins early. I just gave you root stock. Like most people, thank you, Joy. Peace and blessings to you, Joy, for the super chat. Most people they don't even know the name of a Russian company. But guess what? I just gave you the Russian stock exchange that I got from DeFi King. And like I told you, DeFi King always reaching out. That's why I told you guys, whenever you see DeFi King, on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, let them know that you appreciate him. Let them know that you appreciate him, fam. Because DeFi King, he works just as hard as me, but he's very, very more in the technical lane. He knows how to find things. So you have RLUSD, right? You have RLUSD, and we'll show you something. Get your pens out, because I'm about to show you something else DeFi King sent me. And we gonna put something special together for DeFi King for dropping these addresses and helping us position and be early, But he also sent me this. See these addresses? See those addresses? Right? BFUSD, SND, MCUSD, KPUSD, right? And it says, stay focused, friend. The banks are here. The stable coins are coming. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Very well said. Stay focused, friend. The banks are here. The stable coins are coming. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So Leo Star, that kind of should answer your question about buying these coins, right? And ETFs and stuff like that. Because it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. It basically meaning it's all about patience. But being so early, what other place where you could spend $2, $3 and get millions of coins? The only places you see that happening is Alcor and Stellar. That's the only places you can spend $3 and get millions of coins, right? Is Alcor and Stellar. So we take this serious. We not buying at the top. They rolling out a whole new system. We not buying at the top. The first will be last and the last will be first. What did my last video say? A 6 is a 9 inverted. Didn't I tell you we live in times where everything that you see, you need to invert it? If the sky is blue, right? Or let me use another analogy. Basically, just like XRP and XPR. One is the real and the other one is inverted, in my opinion. Yeah, that's how it's spelled, Antoine, but it's one word. It's not, there is no space in it. It's not DeFi then King, it's DeFi King. But DeFi King dropping them jewels. I already have that one, Hero. I'm with you. I have that one, Hero. But when I first bought it, I thought it was saying Proton Pussy X. That's why I bought it, right? But I'm glad you just let me know what it is. I hear you, Frederick. Sky is blue because the water is blue. No problem, Leo Star. No problem. That's why I'm here. Like I said, I'm always trying to bring something of substance to the community. Right? We're not gonna just focus on one thing, right? We go look at everything that we can look at. Right? The physical the dinars and domes, we go do the silver and gold if we can. You know, we go look at Stella, we go look at BSV. The guy in my group, he says he is about to burn the market cap. Really? So those coins I just showed y'all on Stellar, y'all got them? This is another one he sent me. This is under 21shares.com.co. And it's called AXTZ. AXTZ. AXTZ under 21shares.com.co. And we know XTZ is Tezos. We always hear Christopher Green talking about Tezos is going to be very valuable, right? We always hear him talking about Tezos. Besides him talking about Island Project, you know. But yeah, he still touches on. He's not like how he used to be. I mean, you know, when people before they get rich, they be very, very humble, and they be very, very common. But then when they get rich, they don't register with people like us no more because they only cater to the wealthy. That's one thing I see them not gonna do. Just because I got wealthy, that don't mean I'm not gonna try to look back at the small people who trying to, start and get on their feet. You know, do you think when the new system is fully activated, coins that we hold on other blockchains will go away? So we have ZBEC on Solana as well as L-Core. Will only the L-Core one be left standing? That's a good question, Joy. That is a good question. I actually don't think that, depending on what coin you have on certain networks, I don't think that they will just go away. Uh, I think you will have a one-to-one swap with a lot of these coins. You know, if you have your coins on Solana, and don't forget on L-Core, Soul is like one of the most secretive coins, right? Because if you go to the XPR Explorer, you will see XSOL at number 7, and you will see Soul at number 6, right? So, if you have a certain coin on, just like I have a stronghold on Ethereum, and I have more stronghold on Ethereum network in my Mu wallet than I have stronghold on my Freighter wallet. So when the time comes, like you said, will I be able to swap my Ethereum stronghold tokens one for one to the stronghold on Stellar? That's I mean, there's no way to know if that's how things is going to play out. You know, I think a lot of coins are going to go to zero, but I think certain coins are so big they may survive on different networks. Jasmine coin, I have that one also on L-Core. I have Jasmine on L-Core. Sure, what I understand is because we don't know, we try to put everything to have a chance to save some. Exactly, Frederick Kowalski says yes. Oh, that's a good question, Radu. I had some No Limit, and I had some SDEX. And what's the other company? What is that? Relio? I think it's Relio. I had a lot of those coins on Stellar, but they removed SDEX. Now that's another question. Why would they remove SDEX? You know why they removed it? Because it was a catalog that you can search through and find all of these secret coins. Think about it. They removed SDEX. They removed Trade Ogre where you get your BSV and your Monero and your Nexus. Right? Like if you wanted Nexus, it's hard to get Nexus. You could have got that on Trade Ogre. So it's no coincidence that the very, very valuable coins, or the coins that are deemed to be valuable, they're reducing the access to these coins. Definitely, Jasmine is the Bitcoin of Japan, and Japan is making big moves in crypto right now. George says Zegit also went down. I lost my Nexus there. Yeah, like I said, I lost my Hex on I had some Hex and Electronium on my trade ogre, and it's like, it's just gone. You know, hopefully it comes back up. I don't know, but I feel like if you're holding people's cryptos and that happens, you should reach out to us and let us know what's going on. But that's a red flag though, because that kind of shows you what will happen to people that's holding their coins on places like Uphold or Crypto.com or Coinbase. That could happen. You could just wake up one day and then you try to go to the site and the site not loading and nobody told you anything, you didn't hear anything, and your money is just in limbo. So that's how that goes. That's how that goes, fam. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button, fam. Don't forget to hit the like button. And a super chat here and there wouldn't hurt either. Today is my off day, Somebody could buy me a 2-piece with fries. I'll take a 2-piece with fries. you know? But we good, fam. We very early. Especially on Stellar. See that I want you guys to feel good because we get a little, our nerves get a little bad when we have everything in one place, right? We focus on XPR network so much, and things can happen over there in a crazy way, right? And we don't want to just be sitting in limbo. So, like I said, we position ourselves in many different ways, right? So we're focusing on Stellar also. We're focusing on Zyman, right? Thank you, Hero. Thank you, fam. Hero, you know what, man? I got you. I got something for you. I got something for you, man. I got something for you. Because like I say, people like you, I appreciate. When you show me how much you appreciate me, I show you how much I appreciate you back. I got something for you. I'm gonna have to get with you and see how I got something for you, man. I just need to get with you and see how I can get it to you. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you today, you done earn yourself something, fam. You done earn yourself something. Definitely, you done earn yourself something. And I'm gonna get with you, and we go get together, and I'm gonna let you know what I got for you. But yeah, knowing that you're on Stellar and that you have many coins on Stellar and that you're positioned on Stellar, knowing that you're positioned on the Zyman wallet, that you have your X Core, right? You have your X Core, you have your Corium, you have your Sologenic, you have your XXC coin, you have XR77, you have, like I say, Pulsera, Corium 9, when you're working, thank you, Up On Official, then you're working that platform also. But then, we back over to Alcor and also WebOff and Metallicas, right? So we're working different avenues. And not only that, but whenever we are able to cash out and make a little profit, we get a little gold and silver if we can afford it. And we also buy the physical Iraqi dinars, the Vietnamese dong, the Venezuelan Bolivar, the Zimbabwean RV, right? We get all of these different currencies, all of these different coins on different platforms. We just give ourselves more chances, right? We're just upping our odds. We just want to have more odds. That's it. A few more odds, that's all. And then we up our odds even higher than that because We also up our eyes because if all of us become wealthy, then those that have shown support, those that have been there for us, we make sure that they have some type of wealth too, right? No man or woman left behind. Jacob Pate said, I think I'm so muted. Wow. You catch my drift? No man or woman left behind. Especially to those who put in work. I become a millionaire, a billionaire, DeFi king, crypto Rick, crypto bully, but I'm talking about those that put in work. Like I said, I will change their lives overnight. But not only that, those of you who've been here supporting me, I will give back to my community. I get $1 billion. It's nothing to take $10 billion, 50 billion. You know, if I get a $1 billion, it's nothing to take 100, $200 million and spread it amongst my community. Because I was doing fine before I had the money. I wasn't starving. I'm living my life. I feel blessed. So if I get $1 billion, I could take 200 million of that and spread that along my community. That's what I would do. I would come live and I wouldn't say nothing. And then everybody who joined my live, who come with the how you doings and nice to see you and hope you're having a blessed day. And you know what I'm saying? I'm having a good day, fam. Now you are too. Send me your address and I will spend all day sending money. Changing people's lives. Then I would leave out here and just try to find every homeless person I could find and change their lives. Hero, that's where I'm trying to live, man. I'm trying to live in Belize. That's where I want to move, Belize. Like I said, I spent a lot of time in Jamaica throughout my life with my ex-wife, you know, but and I still might do a little dibbling dabbling in Jamaica. But and I have some property over there too that was gifted to me from my father-in-law, but I haven't seen it in a long time, you know. But Belize is where I want to end up. That's where my spirit is telling me to go. That's where my spirit is telling me to go. And I promise you, the Most High knows I would do that. I would do that. I become a billionaire, the first thing I would do, because you see when you start thinking about it, Karen says she's Jamaican. What part of Jamaica you from? Because my property is in Porus up there in Spring Grove. Exactly, Richie Rich. Definitely, hero. I'm gonna have it set up, man. Like I say, everybody can come visit me. Exactly, Maximum FOMO. That's where I want to go. That's exactly where I want to go. St. Anne, okay, all right. See, look, same frequency. I got Jamaicans in the building from St. Anne. And she already know, I don't know if that's a she, because that name could be a she or a he, but I spent many days and times in Jamaica going to Milk River, Montego Bay, Negril, Ocho Rios. You know, I like to go to Juices and get them the meat pie, the patties. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, they are when they in their right mind. Cause the one I was married to, it was good for a long time, but then it just made everything went left. Everything went left. But I used to, I've had some wonderful times. Be seen lit. What's going on? I had some wonderful times in Jamaica. Going to Pondy River, Pondy Bank, right? She live in Germany. Wow. Jamaican, but live in Germany. That's awesome. Might have to buy a citizen there. That's what I was gonna do. I wasn't gonna even try to play no game, like I say, because I know separate the left from the right, the yin from the yang. The first thing I was gonna do, I was gonna go to Belize and walk. Look, who's the prime minister? Who's the look? I want residence here. I want my citizenship. How much will it cost? Because I know they're not gonna turn down no money. And I want to live in the jungle. I don't want to live in the populated area. I want to be in the jungle. I want to be in nature. You know, I want my own river running through my property. You know, I want to be able to grow my own fruits and vegetables. Be one with nature. That's what I want to do. But I promise you, Seema at home is someone else from Turkey. I promise you, that's what I would do though. And y'all, I want y'all to hold me to that standard. Don't never let me always remind me of what I said. Because if I become a billionaire, then there will be a lot of millionaires made on this community, in this community. Or at least have some good wealth. Because if, like I said, I become a billionaire, I would take 100, 200 million dollars and would split it up with my community. I would try to send everybody at least $500,000 a piece, or a million, depending on how many people. So the more people I have, the more I'll split it up, you know. But everybody gets something. Everybody gets something. That's just me. Because what? I can't survive off 800 million. I've been surviving fine my whole life without that. So why wouldn't I? And that's why I told you, you got to act fast. You can't go to thinking and no. As soon as I get it, okay, take this. This goes here, and get rid of it fast. So you ain't got to think about it. You ain't even got to think about it. Because when you start thinking about stuff, then that slows up your process. Because you'll start tricking yourself out your own visions. You know, you'll trick yourself out of doing what you should be doing. Because you'll try to that lower frequency side to try to find reasons to make you not do it. You know, well, maybe you could do this, or you should instead do this. Nah, I do it. I move fast. When big money hit my hand, I move fast, get it out the way, because I don't have time to think about it. I don't have time to think about it. You ask anybody who know me. Anybody who know me. Anytime in my life I had big money, I basically went broke making sure everybody was good. But that's why I've had a good life. That's why the Most High has always blessed me. I was 18 years old. I had $160,000 at 18 years old. I bought my first house at 19. Yeah, that's why the Most High is putting us in the positions we've been put in, Richie Rich. We're not the sleep. We're not the low vibrational. We are the chosen. We are the high vibrational. We are the high frequency. We are 5D. We are 5D. We in 5D, fam. We not average. We are not average. And I love my community. I do. I look forward to talking to you guys every day. I do. What's going on, Leeslet? Glad you caught us. Glad you called us, right? That's real family right there. That's one of the millionaires right there that I would make. Because Leeslet believed in me and had faith in me and became a member. Right? He became a member. So guess what? I become a millionaire or a billionaire, Leeslet go get some money. Just like many of you or others will get some money. Mark my word. And then people go regret not coming over here, not because, yeah, you right, Black. Hey, that's who I'm gonna go at, Richie Rich. I'm gonna go at Shine. Shine ain't gonna turn on that bread. That's exactly what I said. I'm gonna find Shine, and I'm gonna come at him like a real G. Look, Shine, look, I won't live here, bro. I don't know nothing about here, this and that, bro, but I'm paid, and I want to bless you and people of Belize, and I guarantee you, I get my citizenship. Lee says, because of your words, I've invested. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I would do. People gonna be like, man, that was they would have never heard of a person on a crypto platform that looked out for his subscribers and people who believed in him like that. We about to change the dynamic on this planet, fam. I should, every time I think of something you do that decode the next day, what you call this. Hold on, I should, every time I think of something you do that decode the next day, what you call this. Sounds like wavelength, fam. Sounds like, we riding the same wave. And that's real talk, fam. That's why I come here with y'all, because, like I say, I worked hard to get where I'm at. And when I say where I'm at, meaning having a family on YouTube. But as far as making money, I'm not, man, do you know how YouTube is starving me out? They starving me out. But by me doing this for my spirit and knowing that the Most High has chosen me to do this, I keep pushing. I keep pushing. That's why a lot of you cling to me, because I'm authentic. Like, I'm not only just telling you something or selling you something just to get money or popularity. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm putting my life on the line for this, for you guys. But not only for that, but because I know that this is my job. I was given a purpose. I was given a job to do. So I cannot fear. I cannot be low vibrational. I gotta take whatever come at me, because the Most High gave me a task, and I'm a complete my objective, regardless of the cost. But I told you in my previous decode, that is the road to sainthood. That is the road to archangel status. So you think I'm going to be in fear and low vibrational and not do what I'm supposed to do and miss out on that possibility to be looked at as a saint in the eyes of the Most High, to be one of the Most High's archangels in higher dimensions and higher realms, and live forever at the side of the Most High? I'm not about to pass up on that opportunity. Nah. I'm going to do what the Most High sent me to do. I'm going to do what the Most High blessed me with the gifts to do. I decode numbers. I see things that the average person can't see. And I show people how to decode certain things and how to raise their frequency and their vibration. Someone asked me today how to decalcify their pineal gland. And I'm going to start off with what Hero said. Hero said semen retention. That's one good start. Because when that builds up, it raises your frequency and spirituality. The same thing with fasting. Fasting is another way. Watching what we eat, because they put certain things in our foods, in our hair products, in our skincare products, in our toothpaste, in our mouthwash. They use all of these different things to calcify our pineal glands, right? I told them, less porn. Like, stop you watching porn. Stop. That was me at a point in my life. But I'm telling you, when I stopped all that, when I stopped worrying about who won the Super Bowl, who won the NBA championship, right? The BET Awards, the MTV Awards, the Oscars. When I stopped worrying about all that and start worrying about people, start worrying about how can I play my role, how can I be the person in my family that changes the dynamic of my family's future. Once I started focusing on those type of things, my pineal gland became decalcified. Marshall Hayner is a trusted guy. The proof is in the pudding. Metallica's is boom. Metallica's is boom, family. Like I say, the Most High puts certain people in certain positions for reasons. And that's how it is. That's how it is. So I recommend all of you guys do what you can to decalcify your pineal gland. Right? If you use mouthwash a lot, cut back on it. Cut back on it, because there are things in that mouthwash that I'm telling you, it calcifies your pineal gland. Same thing with Hero's saying right now, semen retention, 90-day challenge. I guarantee you will see a difference. I guarantee you if you fast for a few days, you will feel like you done smoke marijuana. You feel like you on ecstasy. You go feel euphoric, because you will see a difference, fam. Right? If you're watching porn and stuff like that, take that out your life. Take that out your life. Certain things you eat, right? Start eating more fruits and vegetables and nuts. No homo. But you get what I'm saying. And you will see a difference. You will see a major difference in your life. That's the only thing I'm fighting with, and that's smoking. Because I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I told you guys, I grew up in the streets. I come up very rough. I've lost a lot of friends to violence growing up. I lost a lot of friends to prison growing up. I've sold almost any drug you can name in the past. I also went to college. I also am a brick mason. I'm a certified painter. I'm also a carpenter. I also operate every piece of heavy equipment you can name: bulldozer, excavator, motor grader, bobcat, front end loader. I used to be a chef in New Orleans. New Orleans restaurants is our thing. There was a time where I could cook my ass off. Right? I used to work the Jazz Fest with a friend of mine from Jamaica that had the Jamaican restaurant called Palmer's. And I used to do the grilling, and I used to do the prepping in the kitchen at the fairground. I have a resume unlike you've never seen. And it took all of that to get me where I am today. And I finally found out my true purpose in life. I finally found why the Most High spared me so many different outcomes that could have been. Exactly, Frederick. Antoine says he's in the heavy equipment also union, right? So you feel what I'm saying, Antoine? Like I said, I've done so many different things in my life just trying to make it and provide, because like I say, I grew up without a father. I had my stepfather growing up, but he was older, and he was a cab driver, but he helped me get my first car. He did teach me how to drive. He played a major role in my life, and I loved him to the day he died. And I appreciated him for that. And I always said that if it came down to me being a stepfather, I would play that same role, because what he did played a major role in my life. Real talk. But I'm getting ready to shut this down, fam, because it's my grandkids, they just getting out of school. I hear them about to come in. It's about to get noisy and crazy. So I'm about to go ahead and shut this live down. I want to let you guys know that I appreciate you for coming. I didn't know I was on here for 2 hours, but just want to let the community know I love y'all. And I'm going to keep on working hard to bringing this information out. So big shout out to everybody that joined the community, that came to my live today. I want to let you all know that I appreciate you for the super chats and everything you did. Peace and blessings, family. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with the live stream tomorrow, and we go finish this conversation. No problem, hero. Thank you, fam, for the super chats, man. But don't forget, I got you. Cause like I said, you're a standout person, so I appreciate standouts. So back tomorrow, same time, same place. Love you all. Have a blessed day. Starship out.